So our exercise will be about the cocoa demand function and supply function about the country, and in the exercise they give us the following functions, the demand and supply, and want us to represent it graphically and find its equilibrium point in the graph. So we are going to represent it graphically.
So as you can see, for the demand we start at point 12 and then we have inclination of Q over 5, so it would mostly like it to be like this. And then for the supply we start at 5 and we have an addition, so our curve will be upwards, so it will be something like this. Now we have to find the market equilibrium. So to start, we'll equate both the functions of demand and supply and try to find the point where they both are the same. Given the calculations, we discover that Q is equal to 10. So we just need to pick in one of the functions, either the supply or the demand. Let's pick the demand, for example, and replace the Q with 10. We find that P is equal to 10, so we can see that our market equilibrium will be at point 1010.
So in this exercise, the country has suffered a recently strong storms and decreasing the cocoa production by 40%. So what we'll need to do is find a new equilibrium and represent it graphically, the new supply curve. So now we have our new supply function, meaning 0.6 of our old supply, because it decreased 40%, and now we'll need to equate the new supply with the old demand to find the new equilibrium in this market.
So after finding our new supply function, to find the equilibrium point, we just need to do the same procedure, which is to equate our new supply function with our old demand function. With further calculations, we can find that our new equilibrium point in Q is equal to 355, and to find our new price, we just need to put in our demand function, which is the function that we chose. We see that P is equal to 1129, so to find our new function here graphically, we can see that we start at 355 and are in here at 1129, and we start from here, so it goes like this, and we see that our equilibrium point now is at 355 and 1129.
So here we have our third exercise, and it tells us that due to the negative health effects of the cocoa-based products, the government has implemented a tax of 20% over these products. Consequently, the demand has decreased, and we'll represent the new curve, which shifts to the left. And as we can see, the new equilibrium point has decreased both variables of quantity and price.
So now the exercise tells us to find the consumer, producer and government surplus. So starting with the consumer surplus, it will decrease because consumers will need to purchase fewer goods and at a higher price. Then the producer surplus will decrease as well because producers will produce less goods and receive a lower net price for each unit sold.
Nevertheless, due to this new tax implementation, the government will have higher revenues, making its surplus higher. So this new exercise asks us to compute the tax revenue for each unit of cocoa sold, and like done previously, you have the new equilibrium point with the new demand function. And to compute this tax revenue, we have to subtract the new price, P1, to the old price, P0, which was obtained by substituting the Q1 in the previous demand function.
So we have done the calculations, and as you can see, 10, 8 minus 8, 2.8. So now we need to calculate the total surplus of after the tax increase, which is this area.
So now to calculate the area of this triangle, let's rotate it and imagine it like this. So using the formula of the triangle, we do half of the multiplication of the original Q minus the Q1, which is the height of the triangle, times the P0 minus the P1, which is the base. So replacing the values, we obtain 5.6, which corresponds to the total surplus after the tax increase.